I don't know if there's this one person in your family. They are the member of your family that wakes up happy every single time, no matter what time it is, just wakes up happy. So here's this one family, and their family member wakes up happy, and this is 7 o'clock in the morning, and this family member's doing this. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I know this song.
It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Silence.
Silence.
And she's laying in bed, putting her finger up like, you've got to be quiet.
Yeah, this is a pet bird.
Yeah, parrot.
A parrot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
parrot. Cockatiel. That's what it is, cockatiel.
A cockatoo?
Cockatiel?
Okay. Anyway.
I don't know.
This thing is whistling. What is that, Earth, Wind, and Fire song?
Do you remember?
September?
21st night of September.
That old tune. Evidently, they must listen to it a lot. And this bird, hey, here's the funny thing, because we'll show this to you on His Radio TV, which you can get on Apple TV, Roku, hisradio.com, and the My His Radio app. So you'll see it there. We're going to post it. Because not only is the bird whistling to this tune, but it's bebopping to it.
It is jamming out. Like his little neck is like bump, bump, bump.
I mean,
bump.
seriously. He's putting the neck up. I mean,
Kiki,
I love this.
it's 7 o'clock in the morning.
Snap, snap.
Silence.
Silence.
So he's bebopping his head until Mama says silence, and then it's almost like he's like, dun, dun.
He's done.
Okay.
Completely.
She said the word.
It's quite the relationship for someone to travel 5,000 miles just to go and say thanks. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, His Radio. That's what this one penguin did for a fisherman. Traveled 5,000 miles to go see a dude that fishes.
Yeah, and he does it every single year. Like in his travels, he makes sure he gets to see this fisherman. And there's a reason. The fisherman actually saved the penguin's life at one point.
It's crazy to think that this, well, not crazy, but in my mind, I'm like blown that there is a penguin that appreciates this person who saved them so long ago that every year in its little travels that it does, 5,000 miles, that's a lot for a penguin to travel, goes by to see this one guy who saved its life.
Right. And it wasn't just that he like plucked him out of the ocean and was like, okay, you're up right now, buddy. You're good. Like he absolutely nurtured him back to health. He spent, I think, about 8 months getting him back healthy. And so this penguin has not forgotten it in all this time.
They have a longer lifespan than what I thought.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. What is it, like decades probably?
Oh, yeah, at least 500 years.
Well, 500 years, that's going to be a lot of traveling. So if you live beachfront, which I never have, or oceanfront, you know, it's beautiful. People are a little envious sometimes, but at the same time, it comes with some dangers to your home. And so the people that live in Salisbury, Massachusetts, right there on Salisbury Beach, they're trying to be proactive. And so they ordered like $500,000 worth, 14,000 tons of sand, because they were going to build their sand dunes to try to protect their house from erosion.
That makes sense.
So they ordered it. It gets placed, and they're like, okay, whew, sigh of relief. I can feel better. 3 days later, it was gone.
Huh?
It washed away from storms.
Who did not do their research?
Like, what in the world happened?
And they spent how much? You said millions.
$500,000.
$500,000.
It was 14,000 tons of sand, and they'd been dealing with this. They had some stronger storms over the last couple of years, and it was just eating away at the dunes that were already there.
Tide washes it away in 3 days.
Can you imagine being, I mean, one of the guys was like, I don't know what to do from here. First of all, we've sunk a ton of money, into these sand dunes, and just to watch, I can imagine you're just on your porch or in the living room, just watching it wash out.
Well, here's the thing. Great idea. Somebody's like, we could do this. It's going to protect it fine. But nobody researched it to see if this really would work. Or they would have known it would have washed away. Seriously.
Yeah, or maybe there's something else that you have to do to protect it, to make it a little better of a structure,
exactly.
I guess.
That's why you do your research.
I mean, and the person who gave or sold them the $500,000 of sand, there should have been some, you might want to put something over there.
So this one lady made a really stark revelation about names of people. And this is what she posted the other day.
The other day, my daughter told me the name Ashley or Amanda or my name is Amber are like old people names. And I never thought about it this way, but she's like, yeah, my teacher's names are like Miss Erica, Miss Samantha, there's Amanda's and Ashley's. And she's like, those are just old people names. Whereas like young people names, like my daughter is Scarlett, there's Charlotte's, there's Olivia, there's Penelope's, there's Isabella's, there's Bella's, there's Ella's. Those are young people names.
Huh. I don't want to tell my daughter that Amanda is an old person's name.
My niece is Amber. So, yeah, I hear you.
Where is that coming from? These are old people names. It's like Bertha and Gertrude back in my day.
But at the same time, all of the names that she mentioned, Olivia, Penelope, Isabella, those are actually older names that have just come back around. So, daughter, pump your brakes a little bit. You've got an old person name.
Yeah, I feel like those are timeless names, though.
They are, but they like the name Elizabeth. It's been around since the beginning, and they're just secular. You know, they go out for a while, they come back for a while, they go out. Mm-hmm. So, Amber, Ashley, Amanda, you'll all be relevant once again soon. Everybody poops.
Well, thank you for that.
Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On uplifting and encouraging his radio.
Oh, was there more?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I just thought you were making a nice statement.
Well, it is true. Everybody poops, including even burglars.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a guy in Lakewood, Florida. He was not doing the right thing. He was burglarizing someone, and then he had to poop. And so he went to the restroom, and that's where the police found him, on the potty.
In the middle of
business.
Thank you.
In the middle of business. And I mean, like, he's sitting there going, dude, I'm in the middle of something. And they were like, well, but.
So they kicked in the door and there he was, huh?
Sort of, yeah, like finish up and we're going downtown. So there you go.
Wow.
Again, everybody poops.
I love this family that just went to one of those box stores. It's like two toddlers. One's in the main compartment of the shopping cart. The other one's in the seat where you're supposed to be. And mom and dad are going through the store. They go down one of the toy aisles where all the Barbie dolls are. And the little boy in the shopping cart looks over and he goes, Daddy or Dada, and points at the Ken doll. And sure enough, the Ken doll and his dad are doppelgangers.
They look exactly alike, down to the hairstyle. They have on different clothes, but I can see the actual dad wearing this outfit that the Ken doll has on. And so he recognized him. He's like, Dada.
Yeah, so now he has a dad Ken doll.
The other kid doesn't even look around like, what?
He could care less. Yeah, I see dad. He's right there.
Right. But I love that you do have variety now, which when I was growing up, you know, with your dolls, you had kind of one look for all the dolls. And I like that they're making dolls look a little different. You know, there's different skin tones and there's different eye color and there's different heights. And then there's some Barbies, you know, they're in wheelchairs or I just love this. I love that everybody's being represented.
And now they look like dad.
Now they have a Dada
doll.
Which
tells you what dad looks like.
Yeah.
The dude looks like a Ken doll.
He honestly looks like, you know, when you're scrolling on social media and you see a worship leader. He looks like that. He's got the hairstyle. That
the young worship
stereotypical,
leader.
That they say, yeah.
Deep down off the coast of Greece, there is about 60 miles down in the water, a wall that they just found that they say is an ancient wall.
It's like Atlantis or something.
Not really. It's not that kind of a wall structure, but they say.
A Colosseum or something?
No, not a Colosseum. Okay. It's not any kind of structure. It's just a wall that was, they say, something billion years ago. That's what they say. Okay. Yeah, that's not what I see in the Bible on the timeline.
Yeah.
But anyway, what they did say was that this wall was probably used for hunters as they were chasing deer or elk or something. I don't think elk, but deer, because deer will go around a wall and not jump over the wall. And so while hunters are going after that kind of game, you know, for food, they will be able to get to the deer easily because the deer will not jump over the wall. They'll go around the wall. And so I can't remember how long this wall was, but it was significant on how long the wall was.
And 60 miles down. So how do they think the wall got down there? Like, did it
There was no,
crumble?
at that time, there was no water there. Clearly.
Yeah, true that.
If it was billions of years ago.
Right. So I'm just trying to work all this out in my head, like, because we've heard stories, I think, growing up about, there being cities under the sea and this
The
kind
Atlantis.
of thing. Right.
Yeah.
And I've always been fascinated by that story, and that to me is
Oh,
what
there's
it
some
is,
lakes
a
that are in the
story.
mountains
Yeah.
that have that have been made over cities.
Sure, because it's a man-made.
Yeah, Kiwi's like
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah,
so
I
there's a
would think
town
so.
in Kiwi.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. I've never seen it. We've been on Kiwi, a couple of times.
You have
but-
to dive to go see it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I've never dived, into.
Divin? All she wanted was some talking tacos. That's the name of the place that
Oh.
the tacos. Talking tacos. I think because of what happens to you after you eat them. They start talking. So here's the thing. It's a DoorDash. She opens up. She lives in like this apartment. She opens up, and in the hallway of the apartment, she sees raccoons just a few feet away. She looks down. Her talking tacos are ripped into and gone. These 3 raccoons, which she now has on her phone, because she pulled out her phone and started recording. Who else doesn't? Saw all her tacos gone, so she had to capture the moment.
My biggest issue with this whole thing is they were inside her apartment building. It's not like her apartment had a door on the outside. They actually came up the stairs. I think they just followed the smell and they were like, yes. And so she said once they started hissing at her,
Then they
she's
did.
like, yeah, you can have the carne asada. Like you can have everything that's in that bag because I'm out. Live like a toddler if you want less stress in your life. So I saw this and I thought, you know what? 100%. Totally into this. Here's a couple of things that we should do if we want to live like a toddler. First of all, hug people. Hug more. If somebody reaches out to give you a hug, don't stiffen up. Like just go for the gusto and hug. Another one, snuggle with a blankie. Like a lovey. My granddaughter has a lovey, and when she gets tired or she gets anxious or whatever, she will pick up her lovey and just kind of snuggle it, maybe even just rub it a little bit, and it makes her feel better. And I thought,
Brand name? Lovey?
no, it's just what babies call their special blankies or dance and sing, which I'm all about that all the time. The more you can dance and sing. We went to a restaurant over the weekend, and the woman working at the cash register just singing her little heart out. She was like she was on American Idol or something. She was just singing, and I thought, you know what? Yes. And then another one is don't hold back the tears. If you feel like you need to cry, let it out. Feel better about it and let it out.
A good cry.
A good cry. It helps your soul. It really does. Like it just gets all that nastiness out that you're trying to hold in. Just let it out.
I think I'm out on all these.
Why?
I'm not going to dance and sing in front of people. Listen, I saw a couple of Instagrams of middle-aged people dancing, and I was convinced not to do that.
Well, if somebody has a video camera or their phone, just, shut it down. Don't
Listen,
let that
I
happen.
saw what it looked like, and I'm like, there's no way I'm going to do that to people.
But
So I'm not going to
toddlers-
dance like that. No.
No, toddlers don't worry about it. Toddlers could not care less
This
if anybody's
toddler
watching.
cares.
Okay.